You cannot get HIV by using or abusing drugs. However, drinking alcohol or taking drugs that aren't injected can increase your risk of HIV because being drunk or high affects your ability to make safe choices, lowers your inhibitions, which could lead you to taking risks that you are less likely to take when you're sober, such as having sex without a condom. So, how do you prevent becoming infected? Okay, not having sex is the most effective way to prevent HIV. Never share any needles or syringes or any other injection works. Okay, tattoo needles, ear piercings, do not share those items or use those items with multiple people without the proper sterilization. And even at that, that just reduces your risk. I would suggest do not ever share needles, syringes, or other injection works. Okay, if you are sexually active, the following steps can reduce your risk of getting HIV. Choose one partner and agree to be sexually active only with each other. We call that monogamy. Mono, one. Taking one person in your life that you have communicated with, even checked your status, tested together, and made a pact with one another that you will not have any outside sexual relations. All right, it's still important that you and your partner get tested for HIV and share your results with one another. Some people choose to keep using condoms and they make that choice together, even in a mutually monogamous relationship. Basically, just to remember that that's just the practice you should use. If you are not intending on a pregnancy, there's really no reason to engage in that behavior without using the proper tools. It just makes good sense and it makes good habits. And good habits make good sense. Some people also, for further protection and other from other sexually transmitted STIs, basically, other STIs, using a condom uh, is not only unwanted pregnancy prevention, but there are other sexually transmitted infections that using a condom can help reduce your risk of contracting. Okay, but only if you use the condom correctly and every time. Choose less risky sexual behaviors. Anal and vaginal sex are the highest risk activity for HIV transmission. Oral sex carries a little less risk. Okay, get tested and treated for any STIs and insist that your partner does too. Sexually transmitted infections increase the risk of getting or spreading HIV. If you remember earlier in our conversation, we talked about an acquired immunodeficiency infection or virus. And when your immune system is compromised, It makes you more susceptible and keeps your body from fighting off other attackers. So, what happens is if you are carrying a sexually transmitted uh, infection, whether it be venereal warts, chlamydia, your immune system is already in battle, trying to sustain and fight off your infection, which has it preoccupied, so that if the HIV virus is added to that or you're exposed, your immune system is going to be even more compromised, and it increases your risk of being infected or spreading the infection. Okay, when used correctly and consistently every time you have sex, condoms are highly effective in preventing HIV. In HIV. Latex condoms provide the best protection. Polyurethane or plastic or polysopropane, a synthetic rubber, okay? Those condoms are good options, especially for people who have latex sensitivities, because people who may be allergic to latex tend not to want to use condoms because of the mild discomforts they may feel. And obviously, the discomfort can range. Some people are just sensitive, and then some people have a bad allergic reaction, which will reduce the likeliness that they'll want to use condoms. So be sure that you talk about it and that you learn how you react to latex, so that you can be sure that you buy the proper tools that are right for you. Polyurethane is very popular and it is highly effective. We also know that there are polyurethane internal condoms, or as some people have introduced them to the public as female condoms. But actually, what they do is they fit into the orifice first and then allow for penetration and create that barrier to the body fluids. So, and they're made of polyurethane. But the most important piece is that if you're using condoms and you don't use them consistently, or you're not using them correctly, you put yourself at risk. So it's really very important that people take time to learn and practice using condoms correctly. And also remember, as we were talking about the different types of condoms, whether it be latex, polyurethane, there is also a type of condom that is a natural membrane. They refer to them as lambskin condoms. Those will not protect you from HIV, and they may not protect you from other STIs. Basically, because lambskins are porous, meaning that the infection can pass through them. They may work at keeping the sperm away from the egg and reduce the risks of pregnancy, but because they're porous, meaning that the viruses and bacteria can pass through them, they will not protect you from HIV. So therefore, I would say, do not purchase or do not proceed with any sexual activities with someone who is offering a natural membrane or lambskin condom. And hopefully you will remember that and inspect your condom package thoroughly before you begin. Okay, because condoms cover only the penis, they're more effective for preventing STIs that are transmitted through body fluids like gonorrhea, chlamydia, and HIV. Condoms provide less protection against STIs that are spread through skin to skin contact, like the human papilloma virus, okay, which is called genital warts, all right, or genital herpes and syphilis, because those produce lesions on your body in the genital area, not directly on the penis. So those types of STIs, you have to look for the lesions that may be on the skin, in the groin area, on or under the testicles, the inner thighs, and when you have skin to skin contact, those transmitted infections are not protected by a condom. So I want you to be careful. This is all the more reason why we want to have conversation and get to know persons we choose to be intimate with. And we're going to talk a little bit more about proper condom use, negotiations, relationships, and how to have those difficult conversations before we get intimate with someone. So let's take a break. Let's process some of this information. And if you have questions, please write them down. And when we get to our round robin, we'll take some time to see if we can't get those answers for you. Thanks. Talk to you soon.